The morning began like any other in Cape Town. The sun rose gently over Parliament, but inside the political corridors, a storm was brewing, a storm that would shake the very foundation of South Africa's democracy. No one knew what it was about. Speculation spread instantly across social media. Hashtags began trending within minutes. Then she appeared. Helen Zille walked to the podium, her face stern, her expression unreadable. Behind her stood members of her party, silent but tense. The room was packed with journalists. Cameras flashed like lightning before a thunderstorm. She cleared her throat. South Africa, she began slowly, what I am about to reveal is not easy. But silence is no longer an option. For weeks, the disappearance of Mokonyane's parents had left the nation confused and restless. They had vanished without a trace. No ransom note. No demands. Just silence. Police investigations had stalled. The public demanded answers. Rumors filled the streets. Talk radio stations were flooded with theories. But what Zille said next sent shockwaves across the country. There is evidence, she said firmly, lifting a file into the air, suggesting that powerful political forces may have played a role in what happened. Journalists shouted questions. Security tried to restore order. Zille continued, her voice growing stronger. This is not about revenge. This is not about political rivalry. This is about justice. And if senior figures are involved in intimidation, coercion, or kidnapping, they must face the law no matter how powerful they are. Within minutes, the speech was live-streamed nationwide. In Johannesburg, business executives paused meetings. In Durban, taxi drivers turned up their radios. In rural villages, families gathered around televisions in disbelief. South Africa was in full shock. Political analysts flooded news channels. Is this a strategic move? Is this political warfare? Is this the beginning of a major corruption scandal? Meanwhile, Parliament erupted. Members shouted across the floor. Security personnel increased presence. Emergency caucus meetings were called. Supporters of the accused political camp dismissed the allegations as a smear campaign. They called it desperate politics. They demanded proof. Opposition leaders demanded an independent investigation. Civil society groups marched outside Parliament, holding placards that read. As night fell, the tension only grew heavier. Talk of subpoenas, commissions of inquiry, and emergency court applications filled the air. Lawyers were mobilizing. Intelligence agencies were under pressure. The president was forced to release a short statement calling for calm and promising that the matter would be handled through proper legal channels. But calm was nowhere to be found. Across social media, South Africans were divided. Some believed the exposure marked a turning point in the fight against political intimidation. Others saw it as a dangerous escalation in an already fragile political climate. And at the center of it all, the missing parents. Where were they? Were they safe? Was this truly a political plot? Late that evening, as Zille left the press conference venue under tight security, she spoke quietly to a close aide. The truth always comes out. And when it does, this country will have to choose fear or justice.